set up here. So today I'm gonna carry on a bit where I left off during the last stream. I was really tired during the last stream, and there were some obvious mistakes made. Yeah, I'm also quite tired today since I've been at work for most of the day. But yeah, I'll try to do a bit of streaming and maybe some work. I don't know how long I'll go, but yeah, I'll try to get some work done. So yeah, last time I did this kind of buffer swap, and the old code was something like this. Uh, but yeah, as you might see, it's just hello, welcome. It's just basically swapping of pointers, which makes no sense because why would you swap the pointers? You of course have to swap the data. So yeah, that was a problem that I didn't really catch during the last stream. I've also been playing a bit around with the code here from last time. And basically this is able to check whether a button is pressed or not, or rather is in a down state. Let's see, is down, did I? Okay, it's the last frame state. Well, that's not correct. I might have changed this in the meantime. Anyway, yeah, you can see whenever I hold it down. But the problem is that I can also hold down a button and it doesn't register that it only was pressed once. And I think that is a problem that we will have to solve in our process loop. Um, we will give the system a way of identifying um, whether the key was pressed this frame or whether it's just down from being held down over multiple frames. In reality, this state will be the state that the key uh, system is in when multiple frames pass and the button has not been released. With high frame rates, that would of course result in basically just tapping the button, since when you have several thousand frames per second, you would of course register several frames where the key is down, but you will only, if you assign it a incremental value for each time it's pushed down or changes state, then if you don't store that information between frames, only the first frame where the button is pressed, it will have a non-zero value. So therefore, we can simply track uh, um, uh, a value um, where we count how many times it's changed state. Yeah, since the button can be the button state can change where it gets released, and then the is down will not be true, and the was down will not either. I'm not sure we're actually going to use the was down. Maybe we will in the future. Right now, we don't spend a lot of memory storing it, so we don't really care. But yeah, so we simply want to add that. And let's see, we increase the counter of the amount of changed states whenever we process the key state. And let's see, we of course have to set this as the correct indices. All right, so now if we just want to know if the key is pressed or not, we use this function. Um, uh, and if we want to know whether it's pressed this frame, frame, we check if the number of changed uh, key states is non-zero. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and we don't want that. 3, of course. Well, the first one needs to change here to a 0. Whoops. Yeah, and of course we have to reset the current frame buffer between frames. So we simply iterate. Hello, of course, you're welcome to. Uh, let's see, and we increment it, and then of course we have to set the number of change states to 0. So this means that the first time the key message is processed, we increase the changed key state. It doesn't matter whether the button is released or pressed, but we would get an incremental value here. If you're able to push the button several times during it's possible to push the button several times during a frame if theoretically, if you have a sufficiently low frame rate. So yeah, we count that. Well, it depends on how familiar you are with graphics programming in general, I think. If you know DirectX 9, 10, and 11, I'm pretty sure you would have a fairly good grasp of it. Maybe only the multi-threading stuff and the more verbose parts of the API would require a bit of studying, but yeah, it's not that complicated, I think, in comparison. I think it's also generally how comfortable you are with yeah, how processors or GPUs work in general. If you have a good grasp of that, then I don't think you will have any trouble. No, your English is fine. No worries, man. Uh, it depends on what you want to do. If you're doing a 2D or a simple 3D game with not much going on, I don't think it's worth swapping, at least for now. But if you want something like ray tracing support or um, yeah, something a bit more advanced, maybe tessellation usage on the GPU, and yeah, these more advanced, super efficient pipelines, well, I think that maybe you should learn it and, well, not use it for anything critical, but try to get a grasp of it. But yeah, it's time consuming, and unless your project really needs it, I don't think there's much more to it than just a great learning opportunity, actually. Um, yeah, so it depends what you want to do with your game or your application. Let's see. All right, now we have one message firing every time. It's no problem, man. Good luck on your journey, and feel free to drop by if you have any more questions. All right, right now I'm clearing the console every frame. So let's see. So the first time I push this button, I'm holding it down now. It registers one key press, which is exactly what we want. And then on the other button, I can just hold it down and it registers the button holder until I release it. So this is for one-time effects, and this is for instance, moving or something. Thank you very much, sir. It's always nice to meet a fellow programming and graphics enthusiast. All right, so I think that this was actually most of what I've wanted to do for now in terms of the input system. The only things. Oh well, of course there's all the other buttons, but um, they are easily added, as you might see here. We have a buffer that controls the states of the keys, which are heap allocated, and we simply control how many keys we want. There's of course the mouse input. Um, yeah, which I guess we could do. Which I guess we could do. Yeah, we could also continue the work on the UI. Well, this needs to get fixed anyway. Uh, let's see. Input system. Whoops. Uh, was key pressed. And, well, what's the numerical value? 0x50. Let's just use the macros here. It's much more readable. So this is actually one of the buttons that we support right now. Instead of getting the asynchronous key state, we want to use something else. Well, we want the space bar here. We want the right control, or maybe just control. I'm not sure whether it. I'm making a game engine. You could call it. But I guess they are kind of like synonymous. I think the English word is for it. Meaning that yeah, it's basically a lot of different architecture and code that enables you to do a game on top of it. Let's see, control. And then maybe the F1. Let's just do it that one now. We might change the order here. Okay. Let's see. 4, 5. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm from Scandinavia. Let's see. And then, yeah. Well, I rather not be too public about my personal information for now, at least, even though it would be easy to deduct if you just watch the stream enough. But yeah, since I work as a sort of public person, I prefer to be somewhat anonymous on these streams, even though it's a bit of a weird thing in terms of streaming in general. So yeah, I try to keep a sort of a boundary between things, but yeah, if I change jobs in the future, I might feel different about it. But yeah, for now, I think this is the right way to approach things. Okay, and we assign the different slots here in the buffer. Uh, do we need anything else in WASD? Well, do we need anything else in WASD? Maybe I want to lift key actually slot it in here. Lift, let's just do them clockwise. Up key, right key. I'm I've already started doing the UI system from scratch. I will also do audio. I'm unsure whether I will end up being good at doing the audio stuff. So I might use a library for that, but I'll try to see how far I can come without using any libraries at all, and hopefully that will allow me to implement some basic audio. I won't do scripting since yeah, that's way too time consuming, and I would just expect if someone were ever to use this engine that they were comfortable writing in C++ or even just C for that matter. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really see the gain of doing a scripting system where when I'm the only programmer on the engine anyway, so you'd have to do a compiler and debugging system and yeah, different stuff. It's really time consuming. And I think C++ or even C code runs faster anyway, so how about you? What are you working on? Okay, this is our 16 key states. Actually, this fits the bill. All right, let's implement it in our cases here. We do. I don't think this engine will be as great as the Unreal Engine, but I like your enthusiasm. It's just me, and I'm not really a professional programmer, so I wouldn't aspire to that, but it's a nice thought. How about you? Let's see, in the camera controller, is it that? I think, yeah, I have some keys here. Uh, let's see. Okay. Let's just do the cases here. And then we do... Oh, up is not the right one. It's left and then up, right, down, of course. Won't be needing that, not that one either. Left. We start with left. Yeah? What are you working on? And then the right button, and then the down button. Okay, control is mapped to everything. Or rather, all the, whoops, down, up, right, down, and then we mapped the space. Is it in here? You're suffering from nonsense? Is it just VK space? Yeah, it's just VK space. Case, oops, case, VK control, left control, well, right control, okay. It does really discriminate. We will map the left control as that. Let's just, in our table here, rename it. And it bothers me that this is not capital. And then we do the F keys. F1. I can't hit the right buttons today. Uh, Sorry. This is not great. Case VKF4. I think F7 was the last one, right? Did we map it to that? Yeah, we did. Alright, let's fill in the stuff. The code will be the same for the processing of the key states, and we don't need this anymore. Number, whoops, 4, 5, 6. And we're almost there. Let's see. Did I miss some number? I think I did somewhere. 15. Didn't I map 7? Well, there's a mistake somewhere, isn't there? Or did I just do a duplicate? Left, up, right, down, space, control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh well, this is because it's 17. Whoops. Let's just do 20 key states anyway. It's fine, I have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. And we just iterate. We do. Let's just copy most of this and swap the code. And we need to be inside the switch statement here. And we will change the numbers afterwards. Yeah, this is not very exciting, but it has to be done. All right. So that's that one. Let's see. Not with the last part here. And we do our last check here. And we're almost there. And now we have to change two numbers. Oh, I'm sad to hear. Well, sometimes you gotta do something else. If you're not doing it for work, then you should probably just allow yourself to give it a break, or even maybe stop doing it entirely. Are you feeling all right in general, or and is it just programming, or is everything busy and stressful? Let's see. Okay, our F buttons here register correctly. Or I wouldn't know, because this actually just grabs the key state from the operating system and not the specific application. F4, F5. Ah, the E key. Yeah, we can leave that one for now. Also that one for now. Although I would like the E key to be a one-tap key. Well, F8, 17, F9, 18, F10. Yeah, well, that sounds like a rough decision, man. If you've been doing it for that long. Are you sure you're feeling all right in general, or motivated, or that things are meaningful for you? Maybe the E key is supposed to be our 22nd key that we map. Maybe let's just do 30 keys here. The order here will be, yeah, okay, let's just do the order. Well, do you think you could need to do some relaxation and not doing too much work, and maybe just go have some fun instead of programming? Spend time with someone. Let's see, 22. Let's see. Do you do programming all the time when you're awake, or? So I did that one, 22. I did this one, 22. All right. So now I can actually ask the input system here if that key was pressed. I did the whole reload thing to make sure it only ran once per frame, but now we shouldn't have that problem anymore. Therefore, we can delete this. Uh, all right, and it should still work as intended. Well, it doesn't. Maybe I need to swap something else. Well, That sounds rough, man. That sounds really rough. I think, well, anyone could really end up feeling burned out from that. Maybe you need a break from programming and doing stuff like that. Did I make a mistake somewhere? Let me just see here. Did it work? It does actually run the. Maybe the force is not great enough. What changed? Oh, maybe it's because whenever I use the old. No, that can't be it. Okay. Okay, and right now I can't LF4. Yeah, you need to take care of yourself, man. Is it work that is doing that to you, or is it yourself, or are you trying to escape from thinking about something, or I mean, sometimes when I program a lot, I try to not think about something that really bothers me, and yeah, I could end up in a situation where I feel too burned out to do anything, and all I need is simply to let loose and have a bit of fun, or hang out with a good friend, or let's do the E thing here for readability. All right. So this was our testing stuff. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, man. Well, it seems like you do like computers and programming, but you need some way of relaxing or having fun instead. Um, right now, I'm not gonna change the camera controller, player controller stuff, I think. I don't know. When was the last time you had a laugh? Uh, Yeah. Uh, um, well, right now it just disables all key presses on the window, which is probably a good thing, but anyway, I kind of like get confused. Um, we could handle specific key presses in our handle messages loop here. Maybe we want something like if I'm not sure whether I'll make it a repo. I might. It depends on yeah, how things goes with this channel. If there's a lot of interest, I'll definitely consider it. Otherwise, I feel a bit well shy about it in terms of yeah, it's not really state of the art programming, so there's probably different ways to do things that are way better. Yeah, you should take care of yourself, man. Let loose and have a bit of fun, not work all the time. And if you're thinking about something when you're not programming that is hard to handle, maybe you need to reach out to someone who can maybe give you a hand or help you in a way where you can have a good talk about it. So let's see. We got this kind of sorted. Of course, we can expand upon the button system, which is great. Oh, thank you. That's nice of you, man. So we have that. And yeah, I know I said I didn't want to replace the code here, but well, maybe I should replace some of it. Uh, at least consider how I want to grab the mouse information. So We could basically skip this, I think, and just do the... Oh, no, no, that's too much. You don't have to, dude. Spend some money on treating yourselves nicely. That's more than enough for me. Hello, welcome. All right. Well, I'm starting to have some serious hunger, so I might be doing some cooking and yeah, that's very nice of you, man. But I think it sounds like you could really deserve a break and maybe some enjoyment in your life. So would you at least consider spending the money on doing something nice for yourself? It's no problem. My English isn't great either, so don't worry about it. On this channel, every level of English is welcome. That sounds like a interesting problem. So, I don't know, regexe format. Regex. Do you mean this kind of pattern? Um, well, mm, okay. Maybe you need to play around with the uh, compression. Um, I don't know, but um, maybe have you tried opening the JPEG file in a notepad for instance? Like, let me just find a image. Uh, I have some different images I use for YouTube here. Maybe if we open it in let's use the notepad. Like um, like this. So this is the binary information. This will contain the header and so forth. You could maybe parse it. Um, this is the binary information translated into ASCII. Did I really just change my standard JPEG file handler? No. Um, anyway, dude, that's not my strong suit. Doing riddles or hidden messages. Um, but yeah, I guess I would try to parse it. Maybe if you um, do a string parser of such. For instance, maybe you need to process the binary information in a different encoding, like UTF or ANSI or something like that. But yeah, or maybe parse the information, maybe parse it in a different algorithm. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm great at solving that kind of problem. I definitely, I'm um, not exaggerating at all. I'm definitely not uh, great at doing riddles. Anyway, I think I need to go do some cooking. I might be back later. Otherwise, I'll probably be streaming during parts of the weekend. Of course, not all of the holidays. Yeah, I'm glad that this got fixed and I solved the problem from the last stream. um, since we now have a working input system. The next parts, yeah, I gotta go do some cooking and yeah, do some bit different stuff. I've been at work all day and yeah, I just wanted to fix the bugs that I couldn't fix during the last stream. Um, but I'll definitely be back during the weekend. Yeah, you too, man. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me, as always. Uh, Ben PP Sting. Let me see. I'm not sure. Uh, I'm not sure what you mean. But if you mean whether I'm streaming, I might do Saturday. Let me see. Saturday. Um, I'm not sure about Sunday, but Saturday I might. Ah, yeah, okay. Well, I'll be streaming, I think, but I don't think I'll have the time Sunday, but I think Saturday I'll do a bit of streaming. It depends on how much time I have. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you around during some of the holidays and in future streams. This one was a short one, but I think everything got way more tidy and ended up working as I wanted to. Thank you very much. Have a great one and take care. I'll see you around.